Hello students, this is Neha Mathur and this is the next video from Semiconductor Device and Circuit or Electronic Device and Circuit. So, our today's topic is FET, Field Effects Transistor. After the coverage of bipolar junction transistor BJT, now I am going to describe field effect transistor. As I told you that transistor is of two types, BJT and UJT. So, after the complete coverage of BJT, now the next is FET. But before starting the topic, consider to subscribe my channel and click on bell icon to get updated for the upcoming videos. Fine. So, our today's topic is FET. That means field effect transistor. See, this is another semiconductor device, but in this device the complete mechanism is based on the effect of field. Field means electric fields. That means the output of field effect transistor based device is going to controlled by induced electric field, and that electric field is induced by applied input voltage. So, that means by applying input voltage you are going to control your output of field effect transistor based device by introducing electric field. That means, or you can say, this is all about effect of field. So, such kind of transistors are said to be field effect transistor. Now, the next thing is the field effect transistor has two types. The first is MOSFET, MOSFET, and the second is JFET. Both type of category of FET is based on the effect of electric field. In both the category, the output is controlled by induced electric field, which is generated by applied voltage signal. So, MOSFET, metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, we will cover one by one. The next is junction field effect transistor. Today I am going to tell you the difference between BJT and FET. What is the actual difference, or how can you compare, how can you differentiate BJT and FET. So, after the definition of the FET, the next is the perfect comparison between BJT and FET. So, start with the comparison. Comparison between BJT, bipolar junction device, and FET, field effect transistor. So, here there are several parameters on behalf of we are going to differentiate BJT from FET. The first important parameter is charge carriers. Charge carriers. See, in BJT the number of charge carriers, or you can say BJT, that means bipolar junction transistor. So, both electrons and holes are responsible for the flow of current. So, the charge carriers may be electrons as well as holes. But in case of FET, which is a unipolar device, only one type of charge carrier, it may be electrons or it may be holes, will be responsible for the flow of current. That means in BJT, charge carriers is of two types, electron and hole, and both show the same contribution for the flow of current. While in FET, which is a unipolar device, only electron or hole will be contribute the main contribution for the flow of current. That means a single charge carrier is responsible for the flow of current at a time. It may be electron or hole. This is the first important parameter about classification. The second parameter is number of terminals. Number of terminals. As I told you that BJT has three terminals represented by emitter, collector and base. Emitter, collector, base. Similarly, FET has also three terminals represented by gate, source and drain. This is for emitter, collector and base. Now in FET, gate is represented by capital G, source is represented by capital S and drain is represented by capital D. This is about 3 terminals of FET. See, so this is the second difference, or you can say just the comparison in terms of number of terminals. Now come with the third parameter, which is controlling quantity. Controlling quantity. See, in BJT, if you remember, BJT is a current control device. That means the current is responsible to control the output at its own terminal, while FET is going to be voltage control device. That means whatever the current will be at output terminal, whatever the current, I am again repeating, whatever the current will be at output terminal is controlled by the input voltage applied its input terminal. So your FET is going to be voltage control device. This is the important parameter for both the types of transistor, and many times it asks in any competitive exam that BJT is which type of control device, same with FET. So remember, FET is a voltage control device, while in case of BJT the output in terms of voltage is controlled by applied input current. So this is your current input device, or you can say current controlled device. Fine with 3 parameters. Now come with the fourth parameter, which is your input circuit biasing. Input circuit biasing. What is this input circuit biasing? See, I am again repeating, as I discussed in BJT, BJT stands for bipolar junction device. That means 2 junction, and biasing is important for both the junctions. The biasing may be forward biasing, reverse biasing. The first junction is forward and the second junction is reverse bias. I already discussed in BJT. So on behalf of that concept of biasing, here the parameter is input circuit biasing. That means whatever the circuit of your BJT or FET, the input circuit is biased with which type of biasing. So in BJT, most of the time we are going to bias it using forward biasing. That means the positive terminal of your PNP or NPN is always connected with the same type, while the negative is connected with its own self type. So when P is connected with positive and N is connected with negative, it is forward bias for PNP, while for NPN, if N is connected with negative and P is connected with positive, that comes under forward biasing for NPN. This was for BJT. So generally input circuit is biased with forward biasing in case of BJT, while in case of FET the input circuit is always biased with reverse biasing. Whenever we will go in the upcoming videos, when we will discuss about its circuit diagram, I will tell you how reverse biasing takes place. But just to show the comparison, always remember that your transistor is always biased at input circuit using forward biasing, while your FET circuit is going to make its own input biasing using reverse biasing. This is about the fourth parameter, which is input circuit biasing. Now come with next parameter, and your next parameter is input impedance. The fifth point is input impedance. Impedance is nothing but just the combination of resistance, or you can say the combination of disturbance in terms of the flow of current. So input impedance means the impedance or the disturbance at input terminal. Now how you will define the input impedance? The input impedance is defined with the help of biasing. For BJT you are going to use forward biasing at input sides, that means high current, and if the current is high in amount, that means the disturbance is less. So the input impedance for BJT is going to be low. Fine. While in case of FET, the input biasing is reverse biasing. Reverse biasing, that means the current is minor current, so low current, and if current is low, that means a full of disturbance, a full of impedance. So here we have high input impedance. So always remember that BJT has lower input impedance than FET, and input impedance is nothing but the total disturbance which is going to disturb the flow of current. And since this is a forward biasing, that means complete conduction of charges, that means full flow of current, and that means low disturbance. While reverse biasing, that means minor current, that means full of disturbance with the flow of charges. So high impedance. This is about input impedance. Now come with next parameter, noise. What about noise? See, BJT has two junctions, J1 and J2. That means the charges will have to follow the path, or will have to cross the path from one terminal, input terminal, to output terminal by crossing two junctions. That means BJT is going to be more noisy. I am again repeating, what is the reason? The reason is the carriers have to follow two junctions, or I can say that carriers will have to cross two junctions from input terminal to reach output terminal. So this is going to be a long path, the crossing of two junction. That means your BJT is going to be more noisy, while in FET there is no concept of junctions. So there is no need to cross number of junctions just to reach from one point to input point to output point. That means it is less noisy. This is about noise. Fine. Now the next is size, the important parameter from industry point of view. Size. See, BJT has moderate size, while in terms of BJT, FET has always smaller. This is always going to be smaller than BJT. Here the sizing depends on the level of doping, but in case of FET is always smaller than BJT. This is the reason that in industry all the ICs are fabricated with the help of FET. One more thing, IC, which is a combination of number of transistors. So this is the important factor. You can say that this is the important factor to choose FET over BJT with the fabrication of ICs. So this is the important parameter in terms of size. Fine. The next point is types. What about it? Types. You are already familiar with its type, so no need to mention in detail. BJT has two types, NPN or PNP, while FET has two types, MOSFET. I told you just at the starting of the video, I told you that FET has two types, MOSFET, metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. This may be N type as well as P type. Similarly, the second type is JFET. Again, here both MOSFET and JFET has N channel or N type and P type. So the two types is MOSFET and JFET with FET, while NPN and PNP with BJT. This is the next parameter. Now come with one more, that is your type of configuration. Types of configuration. The configuration is completely based on number of terminals, or on behalf of terminals of transistor, you can easily specify its classification of configuration. So the next parameter is types of configuration. In BJT I told you, since BJT has 3 terminals, emitter base junction, so we already discussed about all the 3 type of configuration, which was common emitter, common base and common collector. Fine. So BJT has 3 type of configuration: common emitter, common base and common collector. That means whenever you are going to make a circuit or to make a connection between input and output, you need 4 terminals. 2 terminals for input connection and 2 terminals for output connection. But fortunately, or you can say unfortunately, that BJT has only 3 terminals. That means you need 4 terminal, but we have only 3 terminals. That means one terminal is always has to common between input and output. This is comes with configuration. So on behalf of that concept, transistor has 3 configuration, same by following the same concept. FET, again FET has 3 terminals: gate, source and drain. So the configuration is also of 3 types: common gate, common source and common drain. Fine. This is about the types of configuration of BJT as well as FET. So this is all about the comparison between BJT and FET in terms of 8 to 9 parameters. 9 parameters over here. So I told you about the overview about the difference between BJT and FET, and the almost all the videos related to BJT is already covered in my last videos, in my last some videos. Now from next videos I am going to discuss about FET in detail. So just go through from the proper difference between them, and the important thing is, I am again repeating, that size parameter is important from industry perspective, because all the ICs in present time is fabricated with the help of field effect transistors. From last many years FET is used for the fabrication of ICs. So FET, you can say that FET is more dominant from BJT, but BJT is considered as a backbone of electronics because BJT is introduced firstly and FET is introduced later. So this is just the backbone of our electronics, but from industry perspective this is important. So from next video we are going to discuss about FET in details. Fine. Hope you are following the content, and if you are following, consider to subscribe my channel and click on bell icon to get updated for the upcoming videos. Thank you.